Hi people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Tali Adewale and this is DISBYDEM. Today we're going to be talking about Final Draft, which is Japan's first physical survival series. 25 former athletes are brought to the show and they battle through intense stages for 30 million yen prize. So it's basically Squid Games meets Physical 100. It's almost kind of like that now, without all the dying, of course. Also, I did reactions for this. I did for every last one episode, guys. They're gonna be on Patreon, so if you want to check that out, be sure to go on there. Episode 1 is free as always, so be sure to check that out. There's gonna be a link in the description. And without further ado, let's get into it. This was great. Like, I didn't even know that it was Japanese, and the reason why I was so drawn to it and I knew that I would watch it was because my boy Atushi from Offline Love. If you don't know Offline Love, guys, I have review reactions on here and I have full reactions on Patreon. My boy Atushi was on the show, so I knew that I was coming for him, if nothing else. But I also like survival shows like this. That's the Physical 100 is a staple on this channel. We watch it every single time, and now that they're expanding their territory, we're going to be watching all of that as well. Siren, I actually do have reviews for that I never posted, but I watched that way back when. I just love shows like this, so it's right up my alley. So usually Japan, when you hear Japanese game shows, this was definitely leaps and bounds far removed from what I'm used to for Japanese game shows. Japanese game shows, Japanese game shows are always really quirky. They make no sense, but they are so entertaining. So even if it was one of those, I would have still watched it anyways. But I knew, because this was Netflix and I knew what to expect, and I was excited to see what kind of challenges they would show us during this. It was fantastic. I love this. I loved it 100%. I can't wait for season 2. They had different stages. I think it was about 7 stages. Yes, 7 stages. So they tested them. The stages were named. First one was endurance, there's perseverance, judgment, unity. There's one that I won't talk about because it would be a huge spoiler. Ability to push through, and then strength and spirit was the last one. They also color coded the stages. First was yellow, second pink, third blue, fourth was orange, the fifth one was gray, sixth was purple, and then the last stage was red. The fact that it was all former athletes was also a draw for me, because a lot of them they're like, oh, I was cut from the team, I had to drop out, I had to quit, my team was sold, people don't even know about my sport, and now I'm just in a regular job trying to make ends meet. It was giving that kind of vibe. A lot of them were here for redemption, and I'm like, okay, I get it that maybe some of them wanted, because a lot of them were young. The oldest person in this was 44, and there's 44, 43s, and then going down from there, you know. But a lot of them were very young. They were 28, 30, 31. My boy is 31, Atushi, and most of them were looking for redemption or trying to win in the hopes of restarting their career. Some of them wanted the money to, you know, fund their current businesses. Some of them wanted the money just to live. But a lot of them were looking for redemption, and I'm like, okay, I get that maybe things didn't work out in your athlete or your former career, but I don't know that this is where you are looking for redemption. If anything, like if you're just coming, you know, to show that athletes will always be the best at what they do and they still remain, you know, in the height of their physical form, no matter what age they are, which I think was what the winner proved to us in the end of it. It's like, yeah, I can understand that more. So a lot of them, when they were saying they wanted redemption, I was like, this is not the place. But that's neither here or there. They gave us entertainment and we got to see some really cool games being played. There's always a lot of respect when it comes to these Asian shows, which I can appreciate. Japan is very huge on respect, and I love the way that each person carried themselves. I had my favorites. Of course, my boy Atushi was one of my favorites. Yuya Shozui. There was one guy that I called Kabadi. I really don't know his name, but that's what I was calling him. Goya. Kenta was really, he wasn't my favorite to start, but he kind of grew on me by the end of it. I liked Masato. I thought that Masato probably was quite like too short. Eri was my female favorite. I thought that she was fantastic. Itoi was definitely one of my favorites. There were some other people I've forgotten. Hozumi, I think, was the other boxer, the other older guy in it. I thought that he was fantastic. And yeah, I think I had like a handful of people that I really loved their journey throughout this. Yone, he made me proud. He made me proud, very much so, because it's this one challenge where I thought that there is no way Yone is not standing. There's no way he's losing this. But he definitely stood his ground and he made me proud. I really did like the show. It's very entertaining. It's very family friendly. Like, obviously it's Japan, no curse words. It's a bunch of men and women, giving us entertainment and doing these obstacles that you definitely don't see everywhere. I thought it was great. I thought some decisions that were made where, every time they tell you to group up, you should know what it means. We've watched too many shows for you to not understand what it means when they say group up. So, when they were forming their teams, I was like, you all need to go back and watch some TV and understand what it means when they tell you to group up. There was this one, and this is a bit of a spoiler now. There was this one challenge where they offered money, and I was like, take the money and go. I thought that they should have done that more throughout the season. It was just the one time, and I understand why they did it there. But again, I thought that it was just an off, like it was kind of like a throwaway, and I just thought that they should have put that more into it, because in the end, everybody was coming here for that 30 million. Yeah, that's just the truth. And they should have offered it more kind of like these games as it went along, But overall, I would give it a solid 9. It was heartfelt. I don't really care about backstories, if I'm being honest, because I was reacting to it. I listened to the backstory, but for the most part, I don't care. I want the sports. Give me the sports. But it was heartfelt. You get to see them interacting with their families back home. You see the reasons why they're doing what they're doing. It was entertaining. I know I've said that, but it was really entertaining. And the winner very much takes you by surprise. Even though you see it coming, you definitely see this person winning the show. There's just something about them, and you just know, yes, I see greatness in you. They were just calm throughout the whole thing, and I just knew. I knew that they were going to win. I knew that they were going to take it. And if they were in there, I knew who else would have taken it if the person who won wasn't in the finals. But it was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. It is streaming on Netflix, but again, I do have reactions on Patreon, so yeah, do with that what you may, guys. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Be sure to do all the right things, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.